What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to do a review of the Ramsesiden Custom Bruticus set. So let me give you a little bit of background on this. I will probably have T-Man or Paik in the comments kind of moderating, but I do have Omar on the line with me. Hey Omar, can you say hi to everyone?
Hello, man. How are you?
Hey, thanks. Omar joins us from Peru, so he is not even in the same country as me. I'm in the United States in New York, and he shipped this to me. So this is actually the second set I've bought from Omar. The first set was to combine this Zeta Bruticus torso, which you see in front of you, with the Unique Toys limbs. So he's made a new set. So this is the parts you see in front of you, are all the parts you need to combine the Zeta torso with the MMC limbs. So this is just one of the limbs. And we're going to show you how to combine it. So this is going to be mostly an instruction video on how to combine this set. So if you did buy this set from Omar, then you can watch this video on how to put it together. Combine the limbs and the torso with together is $100. If you don't want the chest plate, then it would be $80 plus shipping. Because he lives in Peru, shipping varies, right, depending on where it's going. For the United States, it'll be $22. So if you buy this whole set plus shipping, it's $122. If you buy just the set without the chest plate, then it's, what does that come to, $102. So about $100 for this set. I don't think that's unreasonable. So just if you're kind of sticker shocked there, if you've been watching my channel, I've been reviewing a whole bunch of different add-on kits, custom kits, and just one part is usually somewhere between $20 and $30 because there's a lot of time, a lot of cost in printing and materials and just time cleaning up and testing the parts. So $100 for all this stuff is actually a pretty good price, but you have to consider whether you want to do this. So you do need so these are the feet from the Zeta kit. You do need these to make this set. So this is his right leg, his right foot. And you know that because it bends up this way. So you need to start off with this foot. And this is the part that will allow you to take the MMC swindle and combine it with this foot. So you're going to take these three slots and slide them into here. Pretty simple. It is very tight, so you do kind of have to work at it. And by the way, I have Omar on the line with me, so if you have a question, you can put it in the chat, and he can answer those questions for you while I'm doing this. Of course, now that I'm doing it on camera, it's much harder to do this from standing from behind a camera than it is to do this on person, but there you go. So that's in there. That's what it looks like. Still articulates. Then you're going to take this, and so the difference between this limb in this mode is you don't pull down the foot. You leave the foot inside. But you do pull these two tabs down like that, okay? And those are going to go in these slots here. And on the back, you've got two little slots. That's where these two tabs are going to go. So the way you do it is you're going to get these in first and then push it to the back. It is a tight fit. I did have to do a little bit of shaving here on this tab, but he does test fit everything to make sure it'll actually work. So go ahead and make sure you get these in as far as you can, and then push it into the front there. And you should have these in, so you have it nice and straight. Right, so something like that. Let me just take a look at the comments before I miss anything. Okay. All right, next you're gonna go ahead and take the top here. You can see I have this bumper is kind of folded up like this. And you are going to utilize this cover here, which you also utilize that in MMC mode. So go ahead and take this, and that's going to fit on top. You can see there's just a little slot on the top, and so that slot, the purpose of that is to get this through. So you can kind of stand this up and fit this over it, attach it to this tab here, and then close this over. And this is going to tab in. You can see there's a tab that's going to go in this slot right here. And also you're going to have it go into these tabs on the back. Okay, so there's There's that. And then you can push this black part down and it kind of just locks it there. This one actually needs a cover. So the reason this needs a cover, and this is actually one of the things I love about this set. You can see how much thicker their brawl is than their swindle. And that always bothered me about the MMC set is why is the brawl leg so gigantic and the swindle leg is so small? And this fixes that because you have this cover, and this cover is what kind of holds this whole thing together. This is the same as the other design that he had for the original set. So you do have to get this on here first. So we're going to get this on here. If you're not familiar with Zeta, it's got a spring-loaded piece right here. It goes in and out. So you're going to get that spring-loaded piece on. Go ahead and get that on there. And that's really basically it. I always try to just make sure this has made its way in there. So just push this in to make sure you got that in there. All right, I'm going to balance this. Hopefully it doesn't fall down. And then take this cover. This cover has 2 tabs right here. And it did have 2 tabs down here. This is the one thing I told you I did break something. Let me see if I can balance this guy. Oops. So these 2 tabs down here, the reason they broke is I put it on and then I pulled it off like this. You don't want to do that. You want to pull it off straight. Otherwise, you'll break those tabs. So you got to be careful with that. But the good news is it works without them. You can also store the weapons in there. So those are all the weapons for Swindle and what's his name? Vortex. You can see they're all in there. So I'm trying to get out of the way of my own camera. I'll just leave those off for now. But you can store them. There's a little slot right there to tab them in, and then they can all fit and stay in this this box. And so you want to push these in. It's really tight. Everything on here is pretty tight tolerances, and you want it to be that way so that it doesn't fall apart. So go ahead and get this pushed together. Make sure you have all those, everything inside. And then just give it a firm push so it attaches. It does sound scary, but it works. There you go. All right, so that's one leg done. It's together. So let's leave that there. Hopefully he doesn't fall. You know what? I'm going to lean against the backdrop there. All right, now we'll do the brawl leg. And the brawl leg is a little bit different, but still a similar design. Again, this is a very, very sturdy piece right here. But same thing, you're going to slide this into here. So there's 3 slots. And you can push that in, and it fits in just like that. I would recommend, once you put this together, don't keep taking it apart and putting it together. It really, you know, it's a strong set, but I think after too many cycles, it might actually break, right? Because you're stressing this plastic back and forth, and you're bound to bend it the wrong way. So I wouldn't take this apart too many times. I'm probably putting this together. You know, this is my 3rd time putting this together, back and forth, because I was testing it for the purpose of this review. So you take these back tabs here, and they're going to fit into here. And then these front tabs are going to go into these slots right here on Brawl. Let's go ahead and do that. And you can give these a little bit of a push so that that fits in. By the way, this is painted. So they do come this color, gray. They're not going to come green. Omar painted this for me, but painting is really tough for him. It's a lot of work. I mean, Omar, are you entertaining painting for people or no? I didn't know if that was an option.
No, by the moment.
Okay. So you can paint this yourself, but it does come with this gray. Honestly, I don't think the gray looks bad at all. I think the gray is just fine. So this one, you can see the color on this. This is this yellow plastic. Is that right, Omar? This is going to be yellow.
I'm sorry.
The plastic color on Swindle is going to be yellow, correct?
Yeah, it's the same color.
So you don't necessarily have to paint it if you don't want to. It'll come in this yellow color, and then the Brawl parts will be will be gray like this. But if you want to, you can paint it yourself. I just think it looks fine with the gray. I don't think there's any issue, but I appreciate that he painted it for me. So this, again, this is painted that green. So this is what goes on the top. This is probably the one that you need the most instruction. So there's a tab right here. It's like a L-shaped tab. That's going to go into here on Brawl. And then it's going to hook into this piece on the back. So we can get a little closer. So that piece right there. So go ahead and take this and hook it onto the front. And then you can see that that longer piece is going to go through the slot. It's going to tab onto the back. You do have to give it a little push to get it on there. And again, it doesn't sound, it sounds scary, but it fits on just fine. So you can see that tab made it on there. That's not going anywhere. That's one thing I love about this set. It is solid as heck. It's not going to break on you. Okay. I think I turned this accidentally. There we go. Okay. So that's how you want it configured. And you do the same thing you did with the other one. You use this spring-loaded piece and get that hooked in first, and then get the rest in. And then once you do that, make sure you push this spring-loaded piece so you know it's locked in. All right. You got it. Okay. There we go. Those are locked on, in case you're wondering. Let me scroll up here so you can see. These are not coming off. They're going to be there. Right, let me get you guys up higher and I can show you the arms now. I will go freehand later. I just I need to have it on the tripod so I can finish combining it. All right, here's the arm part. So this slot right here is going to fit in on his arms. And then this is where you take the tab from, let's see, from this guy. So he's got this tab right there, and that's just going to slot in like that. So go ahead and put that in. That's how it looks. And let's see if I can show this clearly. I'm at the limits of my review area here, so I don't have a lot of space left. Okay, so then go ahead and take this, and that's going to slot in right here, and then close that tab, and that arm is in. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me put the hand on before I do that. Sorry, let me show you the hand first before I put it up there. So here's the hand part. Again, this is painted, but it comes with gray plastic. The gray plastic matches the gray on this figure, so you can just use that. That's going to slot in like this. This is the Zeta hand, by the way. So push that in. It does have to go all the way in, so you want to slide that down until you can't slide anymore. And then go ahead and close that up. And that's the hand. Oh, hopefully that wasn't off camera. But that's the hand put together. And then you're going to take this, and that's going to fit into here. Just be careful with these tabs. You want to break these, you know, as you're putting them in. But it does just peg right in. So I'm going to put this in. Hopefully I'm not taking too long doing this. There we go. So there's your hand. It's at the end of Vortex, and then get this in here, and then close the cover. And hopefully I have the right arm on the right side. Somebody tell me if I don't. Yeah, this is Frankenstein Bruticus for sure. All right, and then this thing is exactly the same. So basically take the hand here, and it's got a slightly different slot. So this adapter is a little bit different than the other one, but it still works the same. You slide it in there, then you put the cover on, and then you take this, and this configuration is a little bit different than the normal arms. So first of all, don't fold the hand out. The hand is inside of there. So the all-in-one feature of this MMC piece, just you're utilizing these tabs here, but you're leaving the hand inside, and then you have to fold the tail up like that, so it's angled backwards. So you can see it's kind of sticking out a little bit, but once you put the hand on, you're really not going to see it. And so go ahead and get these two tabs pushed into here. And again, that's pretty firm in there. It's not going anywhere. Then go ahead and take this and slide this in just like the other one. Like that. And then get that in the arm. So same way, slide that in, close the tab. And then you want to balance them. So this has nothing to do with the kit. This is really the Zeta set. But the Zeta has a slider for the hips. So you want to balance the hips. And you can probably put it somewhere a little bit back. It depends on how you have the arms posed. Let me get back out here so you guys can see this whole thing. I'm sorry, my review area is too small for this thing. There's one last part is this. So this is the optional piece of the kit. This is, I think, $20. So if you buy it without this, this kit's $80 plus shipping. With this is another $20. It fits over the chest. Now, the reason I don't need it is because I had my chest painted by Sean Love. So that's a custom paint you see there. It doesn't come like this. If you bought the Bruticon set, then you have a painted chest. The stock chest on Zeta is basically gray and silver. So if you don't like that stock gray and silver chest, then you can get this. Omar, I'm imagining if they want to put their own logo on there, they can do that, right? They can just put their own logo, like their own sticker, versus this one. I think the answer is yes. I mean, if you don't want the sticker, you can just ask them not to put it on, and you can put your own on there. So that's the chest.
Watching that review. I'm sorry.
Say that again.
I was watching your review, but the time frame is different.
Okay. So there you go. That's the chest, and it basically just tabs in. There's two tabs right here that fit over the top, and then there's a little piece here that holds it together. Go ahead and put that in. Again, I mentioned, I'm probably not going to use that, but there he is with the chest. There is one more piece that he sent to me, and again, I probably won't use it, but you can if you like. So it's basically a tail blade for Vortex to kind of cover up. So let's put that in. It has a tab here that goes into this tab slot, and then it has a peg. And that goes where the gun, originally these pieces went in on Vortex. So you're basically going to get that pegged in on the side there. So let's do that. There you go. There's one for the other side. I'm not going to put it on just because I don't want to have to manipulate this thing. But let me go freehand, and I can show you how this thing articulates. And the legs are the stock joints. So everything you're using here, the knee, the hip, the waist, all of that is the stock joints from Zeta. So it's just as secure as it was before you added this kit. I forgot to show this, by the way. Sorry, let me do one more part. So here's the wheel from Swindle, and he made a little tab here so you can tab that in. So I guess G1 accurate, you got to have that wheel there if you want. You don't have to, but as an option, there you go. All right. So let's come around. I feel like I have, oh, I have this backwards. That's what was wrong. Right. All right, sorry about that. I had the arm backwards. That's my fault. All right, let's try to go freehand here. Forgive me if things go crazy. All right. Sorry, I know this is irritating to watch. Okay, there we go. So here's the arm. It does have a ratchet built in. So there's a ratchet inside of here that basically allows you to hold the arm up. It's super strong. So I can put both arms straight forward and they don't fall. It's really well done. Same on this side. Got a ratchet that goes forward. He is leaning because I've got all the arm weight forward. So you do want to push this back on the hips. There you go. The hands still rotate and move like they did before. All the articulation you had on those hands, you still have. There's nothing changed there. And you adjust those hips. Whenever you move those arms, you have to adjust the hips. That's just how the Zeta combiner works. These feet, they work exactly as they did before. So let me put you guys back in. I'm going to be wrapping up in a few minutes. I just want to show you the articulation. So these feet, they still bend this way. The toe still goes up and down. And it actually rotates as well. So you can still do all of that. It doesn't change any of the articulation. Everything works exactly the same. The knee still bends. So you still bend the knee all the way up. And that's the beauty of this set, is it doesn't mess with how the Zeta kit works. It still works the way you want it to. All right, let me look to see if there's any questions. I'm sorry if I ignored you all this time. And hopefully Omar's been answering questions, or somebody's been answering questions. All right, let's see. Omar says the right hand connector is not well connected. The right hand. Oh. Thank you. Sorry about that. This is really firm, by the way. These don't, they stay in really well. I haven't had any issue with them falling off or anything like that. All right, if there's no questions, I'll probably end here. If you had any questions, hopefully Omar was answering as we went. I really couldn't see the screen as we went, but this is now officially the largest combiner. I'll just show you a measurement really quick. So to the top of his shoulder, it is 22.5 inches. To the top of his head, it is 21.5 inches. 21.5 inches is the largest combiner we have to date. The reason it's bigger is because of these joints right here. So he's got a little bit of extra height on these, and then down here as well on the bottom of the legs. You've got these joints right here. So because of that, you've got an extra, about an inch or so, ½ inch to an inch. So this really is the biggest combiner out there. Let me bring in Constructor, because I know people want to know how big is this next to Constructor. And then we'll end there and we'll call it a night. So here is Toy World Constructor. And I guess I had to go freehand. Well, you have to trust me. I'm not going to go freehand again. But the Zeta is about a head taller than Constructor. Even if I straighten him out, he's still going to be... Oh, sorry about that. I was probably blocking the camera. Even if I straighten them both up, The Bruticus is about a head taller than Constructor. So they do fit in together. It's just a little bit bigger than this guy. No, he's not the same size as Zeta 1. He's actually about a ½ inch to an inch taller than Zeta. Hey, what's up, Gregory? Albany in the house. Yeah, this is the first person ever to lives in my same state and city. Nice to see you. Let's see. All right, I don't see any other questions, so I think we'll end there. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you are interested, you can click the link in the description below. You can also talk to Omar on Facebook. He has a Facebook page that's also linked in the description. You can message him on Facebook Messenger, ask him whatever questions you need, get comfortable. Again, this is my second set from Omar, so I definitely trust him. I feel pretty good with him. He's been pretty good at, customer service type of thing. If I had any issues or problems, he would work with me on it. But shipping is the biggest issue for him because it's very expensive to ship from Peru. So you have to work with him on the shipping. But other than that, the kit definitely feels like it's worth it to me. I'm going to keep this this is never coming apart again. This is basically going to stay like this unless I want to grab these individual robots for review, maybe a comparison with whoever makes the next one, Fans Toys, whoever. Other than that, this is going to stay like this. All right, so where to buy is in the comments, John Brooks. You just check in the comments. You can click the link to go to the Etsy store, or you can message him directly on Facebook and talk to him about it. Okay, so thanks for watching. I have a lot of reviews coming up this week, so I'll just give you a little sneak peek since you guys joined me. This thing is coming. It's really awesome. This is the Studio Series Scourge. Very, very nice. I also have this guy. He's pretty cool. That's Cheetor. And then Black Arachne. So check out those this week. That's really it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Oh, and thanks T-Man and Omar for being in the live call. You want to say bye, Omar? All right, he might be listening. I know I'm delayed a little bit on the audio. All right. Thanks, guys.